So we have a genocide against Christians. Bill Maher warns about Christians being systematically killed in Nigeria. Some could say a genocide, with survivors describing mass murders and burned villages. Similar attacks are happening in Syria while the media stays silent. Even in the U.S., a baseball coach was shot while praying with his team. So we know there's only one genocide, quote unquote, anyone wants to talk about these days.
Mm-hmm. The fact that this issue has not gotten on people's radar.
Right, no one's talking about it.
It's pretty amazing. If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck. You are in a bubble. And again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
Yeah. Thank you. Because no one will talk about it, so thank you.
Absolutely.
You know what's funny about this is he's right. Like, if your news sources are not talking about this, they're not very good news sources, and they clearly have an agenda. I was actually informed about this and felt really stupid when I was in Israel. We were sitting around and we were talking about the Christians being attacked all over the world and the literal attempted genocide against them. And they were like, I mean, everyone was looking at me like, what an idiot. Like, how do you not know about this? And I was like, no, this is crazy. I mean, look, I am an American commentator. I do try to focus on America, but also where's all the people that are screaming genocide when it comes to Christians? They don't talk about it. Not only do the pro-Palestine people not talk about it, the anti-Israel people don't talk about it. Not a lot of people talk about it. And it's happening technically all over the world. I mean, we see churches being burned down left and right and attacks on Christians as well. So we have a video of a Christian in Nigeria explaining that his whole family was murdered.
My people, my family members, they died in this house. 11. And some died in the other store. 8. Some died here. My whole family members that died yesterday, day before yesterday, on that very day, there were 20. That is my own family members. I'm not talking about any other thing. That is my own family members. This is my store. Those shops are my stores. Those places are being burned.
Please walk.
Those places, this place is being burned. Here and up, my house is up there. That place also is burned. And the store where I pack my goods, I store my goods everywhere, has burned. They burned my clothes, they burned everything, they burned our food.
So yeah, he's like, they just, killed my family, burned my house, and burned all my food. Why is this not getting any media attention with any media outlets? That's what I don't really understand. I don't see this being covered. I don't see it in, I look at all the news outlets. I don't see it really in Australian news, in the UK news, in American news. I don't see any of this. And this is heartbreaking. And obviously they're specifically attacking them, as Christians. And I'm like, almost, 100,000, probably over, dead. I'm like, so why do we only focus on one place? Why is that? So I don't know. We need to get to the bottom of this and start talking about it. And I'll try to get some better information, some real numbers, so we can deep dive on this. But it really, really worries me that it seems like all media outlets happen to be silent. And the attack on Christianity is heartbreaking. And also, I'm so glad after Charlie, I feel like I'm seeing a rise in Christianity, because that is not only what America needs, that's actually what the whole world needs. And we need to make sure that we stand with Christians all around the world, not just here. And we make sure that these things are being exposed and stopped as much as we can. So the Islamists are also burning down Christian villages in Syria, and that's what this is. I just don't know how the front page of every news outlet in the world, especially when anything happens to Muslims, I feel like it tends to be front page news. They've successfully been the one group of people I've watched historically and modern day attack every group of people and still manage to play the victim and still manage to get the media on their side. And it's very, very interesting. Like, you really got to sit back. You got to like look at the whole history, not just what's happening today. But they'll still play the victim. I see them on TV and they're like, we're scared to leave our homes. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm terrified anytime you leave a backpack next to me. So yeah, we both feel that level of fear 24/7. But it's very interesting. They're very aggressive people, to say the least. 3 men were arrested yesterday after shooting a youth baseball coach who was praying on the field with his team. Let me guess, the left will say this isn't a politically motivated attack. This isn't a religious attack. Okay, well, you shot someone praying, and these 3 look like Muslims to me, and I'm sure their names are very hard to pronounce. So yeah, I would say that this is an attack on our own soil from the exact people I thought it would be. I literally, they look exactly the part. There you go. They look like half the guys in Fauda that I've been watching every night. So, not really sure how they're going to try to spin that, but yeah, you guys let in the most dangerous military-age men from around the world who preach about Islam and killing everyone in your way who does not also, whatever, become Islamic and all these things. And then I'm like, and then we're surprised when these things happen. Like, they don't mesh with us. They're never going to mesh with us. They're never going to just come here and be like, you know what? I'm going to be Christian. I'm going to take up your belief systems. It's happening here. It's way worse in the UK by far. And I'm not surprised, but like, why are we letting these people in? I mean, they call it racist when Trump does a ban on Muslim countries, and I'm like, I call it common sense. Why? What are they doing to make our country better? Because they're not assimilating. They're inherently dangerous, and I'm just like, what's the net positive? Because I just don't see it. And we see how it's working out in the UK. The worst part is we're letting them over here, and then they're having kids here, which are becoming citizens, so then we can never get them out. That's why the number one thing right now should be immigration and getting everybody out. You guys cry, like liberals cry about like Mexicans, and I'm like, no, I want them out. I want people specifically from Islamic countries out even before the Mexicans, okay? So I want them first on the radar. Mexicans can be maybe number 4, honestly. They're the ones here aren't doing great, but they're bottom list compared to these people.